evening, hello, welcome. As ever, I'm Chris, this is Gross Models, and this is an evening with the gang. Once again, it's just me at the moment. Who knows? They might turn up, they might not. If they don't turn up in, 10 minutes, quarter of an hour or so, I'll throw it open to everyone for a little while this evening, and we'll see what's going on. Let's have a quick look through the chat, as ever. Of course, Pascal was here ages ago. He was the first one in, because, he's always there. Sprue and Glue joined in. Then they were talking amongst themselves for a little while. LD's just come along, as has Stu Pot, saying hello to everybody. Shane Youngs is here. Cynical Steve, my wife Gemma, Swigging Pig. That seems to be all the different names that are down here. So hello and welcome to all of you. If you're watching and haven't seen before, then just join in the chat, because the chat's where it's all at. It's the most important, fun place to be. You don't want to just be sitting there watching me chat, especially if I'm on my own. So, yeah. What's going on there? Oh, I was going to say what Sprue done wrong, but it was because he spelt it wrong. That's okay. Sprue and Glue was in first earlier in the day. We believe you. Pascal was probably in before you, because he was probably in here. Actually, I think Pascal was in here on Sunday, because something was said about being in the wrong chat room and chat group. So I'm sure people will be around for a long time. So hello to everybody. If you put the in front of your name, it makes you powerful. Works for any name, says the oldie. Yes, so let's get rid of that. Yeah, Pascal says he was. See, always. Pascal's always there. Rossi's here. How do's? How do's what? Everybody does things differently, so yes. Here at Sunday, yeah. I thought you was. I don't know why you were here on Sunday, because I wasn't here on Sunday. I was over on the other one on Sunday, but yeah. I forgot to press my buttons. I pressed my start button, which should post up a little thing to make sure it all works, and it's in there working. Let's check to make sure it does. It's not come up yet. It takes a little while for it to come through, doesn't it? Maybe it's come up for you, but not come through for me yet. But, yes, there we go. Welcome to the stream, it says. Yes. As ever, thank you to my lovely patrons who are supporting me along here on patreon.com, Gross Models. I shall list them individually. They're all listed individually in my heart, but on the page they get names listed in alphabetical order, because that's the way it works. As well as patrons, I have a website where I sell stuff, merchandise. You can get your own hoodie, look, proper Gross Models hoodies and things. There's like hats and bags and stuff. Pop along there, have a look. The other link I've got down here is my website, which I do keep forgetting to put things in, but I will. I'll put some stuff up there during the week, probably. I've not been doing much work on stuff during the week, although yesterday I did have the part work day from hell. Everything turned up at once. I shall talk about that momentarily, no doubt. If you do need me, you can email me. If you can't get me in the chat, then you can email chris@grossmodels.uk, and I'll even get it. I might not get it live while we're here, but if you're watching it recorded later, or just want to make a note of it to email me anything later on, feel free. There is the group that I mentioned earlier, the Facebook group, which is there somewhere. There it is. Where you can put pictures of things that you've been building, or just random stuff. Keep it family friendly, because I tend to go through the albums and put the pictures up to the public here tonight. So go along there. If you're in the Model Makers Boom Hut, then entry is pre-approved into the Gross group. If you're not, then you should be anyway. So go along and join that as well. The link for that is in the chat, in the description of the video, because I haven't put it anywhere else. But most of you know where it is anyway. Other than that, that's all the buttons and links that I've got set up. I didn't put in the one for the website. Let's push that one. There we go. So that's all there. I was going to say lots of comments come through, but most of them are me. By pressing the buttons, I'll make all the names come up, which goes over there, the merchandise. Jamie's here saying hi, everyone. Website, yep. Right. Stuport has a question. Model making question, if I may. You may, of course, but it may even get an answer. You never know. You can ask anything you like, but some answers may not be forthcoming. modelling question. You have some Hobby Zone units. That side. There and there and there and there and there and there. Yeah, there's what have we got? 5 of the things. Six of the things technically, because there's one there, which is the little corner piece that just sort of goes in the end there. Are they good? Would you buy them again? And is there better? I don't know. Yes, I would buy them again. I have indeed been adding to them as time goes by. I don't know if there's any better. They're very good. They're magnetically modular, so you can actually, if I can do it without knocking everything flying, the magic of magnets. You can actually put it, and it sort of pings back to where it wants to be. So they all stick together on their own, and yeah, they're great. They do lots of different things. eModels sell them, but obviously you can get them direct from Hobby Zone, whatever address it is, Hobby Zone something, or other retailers obviously sell them. Yeah, I've got, what have I got there? I've got some little drawers, which I wouldn't bother with again, because they're not quite the right size. They could do with being a little bit bigger. You can't put the Vallejo pots in them standing up, for instance, because they're not quite tall enough. But they do fit in sideways, so you can lay them down. I've got the longer, wider drawers, which again, not so good. They're full length, but there's only 3 of them high, so they're good for long, thin things. But yeah, these are the best drawers that I've got, which are obviously just taller. You can put more things in them. And one for paint pots and one for brushes and assorted toolery and stuff in there. So yeah, I like them. I'd use them. Lots of people use them, so can't be far wrong. Phil's saying hi, and Pascal's saying they're awesome. So yeah, definitely worthwhile. It's been a while since I upgraded or bought any more, but yeah, at some point I will get some more. The corner one was just to sort of edge off the corner. You can get different ones that go in different shapes to go around if you've got room for it. But obviously with the spray booth there, there's not so much room and things. I might get some more for the back of that, but this is the War Hamster area. I've got paint pots there for the Citadel paints at the back of that now. So yeah, things are sort of settled down into a vague sort of usable normality. But yeah, do they come as full as yours? No, they come completely empty. You have to fill them yourself, but they're very easy to fill. If you've been modelling for any length of time at all, you'll have stuff, and you always need places to put stuff. So yeah, the brush one I really need to tidy up, because I've got brushes all over the place that I've been using, you know, more commonly used, shall we say. A lot of those are just old brushes that I've got up there, just kept. I put a strip of magnetic tape across the front here for holding dangerous knife things. So yeah, you can modify them and do things with them, but they just work. Pascal is going to put a picture from his workspace in the group. Now then. Yeah, so if you get that done now, then by the time I go and have a look at it in a few minutes, then it'll be there already. I keep meaning to do a little, not so much tour of the workspace, but some pictures of things that you don't normally see from the camera angles. But I can move it a bit. Look, there's stuff, secret stuff. But yeah, whenever you got stuff, you need somewhere to keep it, and it just seems to work quite well. That was that. I've done all that, done the other stuff. So there you go. That's everything really, isn't it? It's 8 minutes past and we're finished. Is there anybody in chat that wants to ask any questions or do anything else? There's always, of course, the time and telly question. So what time zone is it where you're at? What's the current time, and what have you been watching on telly? By telly, I don't necessarily mean telly. It could be, you know, watching YouTube videos, series, or Netflix, Amazon Prime, things like that. What's taking up your screen time at the moment? Not me, because I know you're watching me now. But when I'm not here, what are you watching? My current time zone, obviously, is 9 minutes past 8 in the PM. And at the moment, I finished off NCIS, or at least all the ones that were on Prime. I've drifted over to Torchwood, which I've seen all of, but don't remember much of, and they're, quite interesting. So I'm like halfway through watching through all of those, and then I'll drift on to something else, but I don't know what yet. I have watched yesterday the first of the new series on Sky One, the Avenue 5, the Hugh Laurie space comedy type short show, sort of. I don't know. It's not a sitcom, but it sort of is. But it's also not necessarily all that funny, but quite interesting. But yeah, if anybody watched that? Have you got any thoughts? Let's have a look. Cynical Steve's concerned. Useful consumer modelling advice. Am I on the wrong stream? Quite possibly. Yep. I don't mind an occasional modelling talk on my model making channel, but it's other things that we can talk about as well. So, your homemade lighting system. Can you tell us more? I can tell you anything you like. You can see about half of it. It's this stripping thing. I've got a new one as well that I can't really move on camera, but it's the same sort of thing. Actually, I can show you a bit of it. Look, if I go there, this board, on the inside of that is lights, which I have a remote control for. I can do different colours and stuff on that. Look, it's just backwards and forwards of this strip light, but as I say, I can do colours. I didn't get it because I can do the colours, but it's always nice to do the colours. Mainly for filming, it's nice to have extra lights and things. So I've got that above the Warhamster stuff. This is just the normal white light that you can turn on and off, just to add a bit more light. I got 2 rows of it going. It starts over there, it goes up, along, round, and then doubles back again to almost to the beginning again. It's almost got the length right, and it just lights up to say for the spray booth or both either side when I'm doing painting or making, and just makes it easier to see things. But as well as that, I have it will kill. That's a bit dangerous. Why did that come on? I will kill. I think LD might be overtaken by some sort of dangerous alien something. So let's keep an eye on him. I've got. There you go. You can see that the black thing is a strip light as well. More light is always better, and more light from lots of areas gets rid of shadows. Because if you've just got one bright bulb, it might light it up, but as soon as something gets in the way, there's instant shadows. Whereas if you've got multiple lights from around, then you don't get shadows. Let's have a look. LD does say before he goes on his killing spree, 809 Zelda Breath of the Wild. That's a game. That's not watching telly. That's playing telly. But good. I never actually got around to finishing it. But yeah. Steve is in the same time zone and he's watching Forged in Fire. That's one that I've got on the list to browse through YouTubes and stuff and things, because it's all nice making swords and things. It's quite intriguing. Jamie is same time zone, watching Chernobyl on DVD. I'd heard about it and thought that looks quite interesting, and then promptly forgot about it and didn't watch it. So yeah, I might watch that at some point. George is here. Hello everyone. Hello George. Jerry says it's obviously same time zone, 8, 10, 11. Watching a print get printed. Are you 3D printing things? Are you just sitting there watching it? Or you're watching someone else watching something being printed? That'd be quite meta and weird. Yeah, I don't mind watching your own things printing, but I wouldn't watch someone else's. Mark 3Bs is here. Good evening all. Good evening, Mark. 2010. That's like 10 years ago. No, it's we still have Peppa Pig playing in the background. Is that even after like the kids have gone to sleep hours ago and you just realise that I've been sitting here watching it for the past 2 hours? Because that hasn't happened to me ever at all. Hardly. No. My wife says it's 2010 and she's rewatching Bad Girls again. Spruglu is watching my uploads. I'll mention those in momentarily. Yep. George says it's 13:11, 1:11 in the afternoons. NFL playoffs and Super Bowl soon. I don't do sport ball, so yeah, no. Stewpot 2009. Belly bean fajita currently watching playing on the Oculus. Oh yeah, I like a lot bit of Oculus. I got one just under there. Yeah, bit of VR is very impressive. Have you tried Elite Dangerous in VR? Is very scary. It yeah, the sense of scale. Well, any VR, the sense of scale you get is strange, but with Elite, the sense of scale you get really is astronomical. It is very impressive. So try that. Phil Lewis gets the reference. I didn't get the reference about the killing. Right. It will kill is a popular phrase from Forced in Fire. Okay. That's why I haven't watched it yet, so I wouldn't get it. Sergeant Bones is watching the live zoo show. Oh, wait. Thank you very much. Yep. Well, there's hamsters, and that's about it. Puffing. There's a puffin and some hamsters. So, yeah, there's stuff. Timber says, why do you have a car mirror thing with a puffin on it behind you? I don't. You're seeing two different things there. This is my filming phone, which is one of the iPhone Max, XS, XL big things that I use to do my filming on its adjustable arm, so I can move it where I need it to be. And the puffin is just up there hanging around. He's fallen over a little bit, but he's sort of pegged to the back, so it doesn't fall completely. It just looked like he was next to it, because when that gets pushed away out the way, it is wherever it is. Spids here saying bonjour, and then Sergeant Bones says other foreign things that I don't know about. I used up the entirety of my foreign language skills in that post. Phil Lewis is currently watching the last season of The Good Place, and I've recently started watching The Witcher. I watched The Witcher, and I played the third Witcher game a little bit and couldn't get into it. And then the series came out. I watched the first episode and couldn't get into it, but then was told it gets better. So I started watching it again and binge watched it over the weekend. Didn't understand what was going on because it jumps all about in time zones and things, and it doesn't tell you it's doing it. But I enjoyed it, but it's a bit confusing. Scott says, evening Chris, poor Paul has fallen over. He has a little bit. I think he's been at the bottom. I would move him, but he's further away than he looks. Shane, 8:14. I'm watching Festa 67's workshop. Colin, Shagua build. I watched the little update thing on that. That decal wrap really came out really well. Someone called Gross Models Terminator build. Yeah, that's one of the many uploads that I've got coming up over the next week. Pascal says they are in the group. They are indeed. I got a notification that they posted them. So yeah. The live zoo show is Monday, says Eric. Yeah, that's more normal yet. Optical illusion, yeah, it just looked like it was in front of it, but it really wasn't. Phil Lewis says, are you going to wave your gigantic X-Wing wingy wing at us? No, it's put away. I had to put it's huge. I had to put it away because I haven't got room to keep it out. But maybe another week. I've got a whole wing and a bit of a wing, but yeah. Talking about food. Now Speed quite fancies nachos. I think you always fancy nachos, don't you? Yeah. We have a joining person. Swigging Pig is here. Welcome.
Oh.
Hello. Oh, you've got some alcohol behind you.
Yes, my other hobby.
Right. I think we're about up to date with the chat. Oh, Timber's been watching the new Dracula. Is a good watch. I didn't get around to that yet, but that's one again in my list of things to get round to. We'll be there at some point. Sergeant Bone says, toss a coin to your Witcher. Indeed, yes. Right. Hello. How are you? What you've been up to? What's going on?
Fine, thank you. Not a lot really. Just.
Oh, your audio's gone. I can't hear you anymore. No. No, I could hear you to begin with, but now I can't. Assuming you can still hear me. Assuming everybody watching can still hear me, and I've not just gone completely. Nope, not back. I saw you muted and then came back, but you didn't actually come back. If anybody in chat can hear, please let us know. It might just be that I can't hear him for some reason, but We might have to do sign language or something. Or I don't do sign language, so just type in the chat. No. If it doesn't come back, you pop back out and come back and see if it works back again. But hopefully. Let's go back to the chat then. AJ says, has anyone purchased the 1350 USS Enterprise refit Aztec masking set from a US company called Orbital Dry Dock? If so, how did you find the service you received? I didn't. I haven't used them. I can't help you in that. But if anyone else can, please let AJ know. Shane says, oh great, more to look forward to. Cheers, Chris. Yeah, there's quite a lot to look forward to. Yeah. Stewpot is doing the X-Wing 2 following me. Cool. Very nice. Speed says, hello, Mr. Big. No, we can't hear Swigging Pig. Right, it wasn't just me. I thought for a minute I'd gone deaf, but no, it wasn't just me. All gone quiet, can't hear him. Your sound's okay, Chris, but not Swiggins. No audio, yeah, okay. We can only hear you, so yeah, as long as you can hear me, that's the most important part. But no, hopefully Swigging Pig will be returning with audio at some point. We'll find out. As I was saying, yes, I have several videos to come. Yesterday, I had a delivery of the next 4 of the Terminator build, and thought, oh, that's good. Some, nice afternoon of building that, and then I went out, and on my way out, I found a box of X-Wing parts, which I just put back inside the house, and then went out. When I was out, I saw in Tesco's the second edition of the Mortal Realms, that bit that you can't really see, was out, and it was only $5.99, and it came with a paint. So I picked that one up. And then when I got home, I opened the X-Wing, and it was 5 issues of the X-Wing. So I had 10 part works that I managed to get through and build all of yesterday, because some of them didn't take very long. So I filmed all the videos of that, and I've put 2 or 3 of them up at the moment. And basically, every day, there's going to be some new content at random times throughout the day. Some are in the morning, some are in the evening, just sort of spaced out throughout the day. So yes, keep an eye on the channel. If you want to watch one particular series, then watch that. But if you just want to watch anything that I put out, then you can watch some of that. Most of them are in the region of sort of 10 or 15 minutes long. I think one of them's only 5 minutes long, because it's not very much to do on that issue of X-Wing. But yeah, that shall be coming along. Let's see. Spid says we need the horse racing bloke to interpret. And I think he died, didn't he? Didn't he die? I can't remember who he was, but yeah, I think he died. So he probably wouldn't be able to interpret. Eric says, Chris, YouTube content, Williams, indeed. But that's it. Now I've got it set to upload over the next week. I can just sit back and do nothing for ages. It's fine. T800 took so long to do. Haha. Yeah, there wasn't very much in the Terminator stuff. Didn't use the bit we built at all, did we? Started doing the pelvis. So there was like 2 episodes for the left side and 2 episodes for the right side. And then that was it. And then there's next time he's going to be joining them together and hopefully attaching it to the rest of the body at some point. But that's you put diddle on mine. Yeah. Do we really want to hear Chris? Says Eric. My wife will no doubt answer you, but we'll find out in which way she answers momentarily. How is Foxy's mum? I haven't heard one way or the other, to be honest. I have had occasional conversations with Fox the last couple of days. He hasn't mentioned it, so we're all assuming that everything's got better. He's probably not watching. He was just going off to make some food when I went live, so we'll see. Yeah, that buggers the plan up. He can't wave his hands about his dad. I hope he can't. No, if he can, then there's something wrong. But yeah, I saw other people know stuff, but yeah, who knows? Right, we're at 24 minutes past, and I say, apart from Swigging Pig, who came in and then went away again, nobody else is here, so I shall indeed throw it open to the masses. If any of you would like to come along and join in on camera, as it were, I shall put the link in the chat. There it is. If you want to come along, hopefully you've got a camera or a mic or both. If it's just a mic, then that's fine. You can come along and talk to us. If it's just a camera, then as we've just found out, that's not nearly as much fun. So hopefully you've got a camera and a microphone. Drop in, say hello, drop out again, hang around. It's entirely up to you. But if you'd like to pop around, Spid's going to pop in after he's attempting some words, after he's poured himself a beverage. I don't know what sort of beverage it's going to be. But yeah, Spid will be along, and then everyone else can join in, you know. Gemma's not answering the question. She's just sitting there crying. We have Gopher has joined us again. Good, welcome.
Hello.
Oh, I was worried then. There wasn't any sound. I was thinking it was me that nobody was talking to, but as long as your sound's working, that's fine.
Yep.
Stewpot says, one day I will join when I'm set up. That's what it's all about. Yeah, I mean, you don't need anything special to be set up. You can do it from the, corner of your toilet. Don't do it from your toilet. The corner of a small room. But, yeah, if you've got camera and mic, it's easy. Anyone can do it. As Spid will demonstrate when he turns up doing just on his phone.
Mine's on my tablet. So
there you go. See, it's easy. Anyone can do it. You've still got planes on your roof.
Yeah, lots of them.
I'm nervous about that thing above your head that looks like it's going to fall down. The papers or something.
Oh, that's the.
Is that always that close to the edge?
Oh, the paperwork. That's always sat there.
That's okay. As long as it's not getting further and further closer to the edge, then that's okay.
No, that's just my accounts for the year.
Oh, you don't need to worry about them then. That's fine.
Nah.
Eric asked me if I've spilt any more paint. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't spill paint. No, never happened. You didn't see it. Nobody saw it. It didn't happen.
He doesn't paint over his wet palette.
No, don't drop things in there either at all, ever. Hardly. Spiddy's here. I shall introduce him to the stream.
Hello, everybody.
Good. Welcome, Spid, or Mr. Q8, as I don't know what.
Hello. I see aeroplanes hanging from the ceiling. That's very nice. Very good. That's exactly where they should be. Ah, marvelous. Yes. Ooh, some very big ones up there as well.
Yeah, I'm in the process of building a 148 B29 at the moment.
Ooh, nice. That's going to be some size. Ooh, wow.
Ooh, that's quite huge.
Wow.
Yeah. I think the wingspan of it's over a metre.
Quite a big tube.
There was, where did I see? I saw a picture of I think it's a 1/72nd Antonov.
Yeah, that's...
Even in 1/72nd, that's going to be pretty damn big, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's just the cockpit for it there.
Wow. That's
I get nervous when people are doing big model kits. I don't know why, but...
Well, to be fair, I mean, that even in 1/44th would be quite big, wouldn't it?
It would be quite big, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've got the 1/72nd one hanging up there.
Yes, yeah. I mean, that's quite a size. So
yeah,
I mean,
just over half a metre wingspan.
Length of that, so still quite big, still sizable.
Yeah.
I remember years ago, sort of showing my age here, but Beatties in Sheffield city centre, where I used to live, well, not in Sheffield city centre or Beatties, but in Sheffield, you know what I mean. Beatties in Sheffield city centre had one that somebody had built and brought in for them to display, hanging from the ceiling, and it was all covered in foil. And I remember being fascinated by that as a young, looking at all the models. And apparently, the guy had actually used foil from cigarette packets, which he'd used glue and sort of rubbed on and smoothed and all the rest of it. And it'd taken him ages to use bits of foil. He probably chain smoked himself to death for the sake of a for the sake of a B whatever it was, bomber.
Yeah. I've had some news this week. I've been invited to go back over to the Warhammer shop, local one, to us in Bradford, and my big blue mashup tank has been asked if I can actually display it in their shop.
Nice.
Very good.
So that's going in there as of Saturday.
Good. Very good.
Very
Get some pictures of it in the window and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, will do. So I'm just going to go and strangle my dog barking.
Uh-huh.
Have
What
you been
goodness
doing
have I
anything,
missed?
Spid? You've been working on stuff, or
I've not really been. I've still not really got any go for the model stuff at the moment. But one thing I did do a little bit of painting. I had an old quartz, these little quartz clock movement things.
I do? I'm quite aware of those. Yeah.
Yeah, I had one of those just kicking around from an old clock that had fallen to bits. So I decided to print myself a little clock
Is it coffee time?
to remind me when I need to take a coffee break. So yeah, I was
Can
quite
you do
pleased with
a
that.
whiskey break?
Well, technically you could, but coffee's far more important. I mean, I suppose what you could do is have a little internal dial or an external dial with the odd alcoholic beverage. But
Yes.
it's far more important to have coffee all the way around. That's essential. So yes, I was quite pleased with it.
Gin over the yard arm.
I printed that and gave that a little bit of painting, and I'm quite pleased with that. Yes, but that's about the extent of my model making kind of things.
Right, let's have a look at what's been happening in the Gross group then, shall we? Let me pop across there, because I like it when there's people here with me while I do this, because then it means they can tell me about stuff because I don't have a clue. Because I don't know any of this stuff that people put up, and it's all lovely, but I don't understand any of it. So let's have a look. What did we see last week? There, I remember. We did that.
I'm not sure. I know that's
19th.
That's this week, isn't it? That's another
19th.
kit bash. I don't know.
When was the
I don't know
19th?
that one.
It was the
That one I haven't
16th
shown you.
last Thursday,
That's
so that's all
mine.
new. Let's
Yeah,
go
these are all
back.
new. That's where I finished the first 3 figures of the actual Mortal Realms magazine.
Yeah, right. We did that. Now I remember that. Yes, this was the dust thing.
Oh.
So the next picture we have is from Phil Lewis. I'm not sure what it is. It's obviously a bench.
It's a snake.
There's.
It's got the Mortal Realm figures in it, I think, by the looks of it.
It might be those. It might be something in camo that we just can't see.
Possibly.
It's a stealth
Possibly.
plane.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know why sometimes it doesn't come up with the descriptions. But
Yeah, we just put it down to
You'd
stealth
expect
plane.
that to be written on the side, wouldn't you? I mean, I would have thought.
anyway, let me go back to the post. That'd be the easiest way, wouldn't it? Somewhere, there's a post about stuff. What do we do? That was that. That's got to be there, isn't it? So if we click on that, it will take us straight to it. That's no good because that doesn't tell me what we're doing. Not about, is it? I just want to go to the actual posts. Where's the posts? I can't find them. Oh well, we'll just carry on as we were then, and we'll find out
Back to
later
the
what it's all about.
Back to
where
the
is it? There it is. It's a bench. If you're about, Phil, tell us. He is about. He says it shows the workspace I use. It does indeed.
Maybe he's showing you how to properly use a cutting mat, as in not using it as a paint palette.
Yeah. Might be something to use for Paul. Sprue and Glue says it's a 148 stealth bomber.
Yeah, I think I'm
okay.
pretty sure that's 1/72.
We were talking about restricted workspaces, says Phil. Apparently, I'm sure we were. I don't remember stuff, as you will be well aware if you watch any of my videos ever. So yes, you don't need a huge workspace to do stuff. That will do it just as well.
You don't. but I can say that a flat and
Hang
level
about.
one. is very handy.
Well, actually, there you go. That's when he uses a computer, he obviously brings it out there. I have questions about all of these. I see.
Yeah, that seems
extra
an
thin.
excessive.
I
amount
see
of
like
colour
4 extra
thin.
thins.
Oh
Is
no,
this
wait,
that-
no.
that- That's the quick drying one, isn't it, or something?
There's one with the blue cap. That's Mister Glue or whatever it's called, isn't it?
Okay,
The
this
Mr.
is panel liner. So I know that one. The white one is the normal extra thick.
Mm-hmm. I
I
think
don't know about these down the side though either. So
I think that's part of the Mister range. You know, like the Mister Hobby.
I don't know. Phil is in the chat even as we speak, so I'm sure he'll tell us. It's how he alternates between keyboard and cutting mat.
Yeah, that's quite nifty. Yeah.
Yeah, if you need a keyboard, you do that. And I've got a wireless keyboard that I use if I need to use a keyboard. I can put it anywhere I like. So, so I'm sure Phil will tell us momentarily what. Just as soon as I go off the picture, he'll have listed all of the things, and I'll have to go back to it and find out again. But I'll
See,
carry on.
I
Anyway.
don't have a computer in my hobby room because first of all, I would just never get anything done because Google would be there and YouTube. Not that I'm getting much done at the moment anyway, but second of all, I've just got nowhere to put one.
All right, there we go. I told you. As soon as I clicked off of it, it says the blue one next to the panel liner is Tamiya Paint Retarder. There we go.
Okay.
Yes. I've heard of such things. I haven't used it myself, but yeah.
I thought it was one of the Mister things, Mister range, but
this is Carl. There we go. Now, for some reason, I can read the writing that he's put on that one. Carl says, thanks for allowing me on the stream tonight. Had a great time. Actually got me sitting at the bench. He's been scratch building spaceships. So that was a decent picture of what he was trying to show us on the stream. Ross has done some more work on the.
They're the Mortal Realm figures, the ones that you've got.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called or what it's meant to. You know,
it's the Sequisitor.
That's the word. Yep.
Yeah, I finished.
Because we saw some pictures of it before, so he's obviously done some more work on it over the last few days.
Yeah, I've weathered all the basing and on that one.
Steve has a kit that he might actually build as a kit, or might just break up and use the bits for other things. But when you get it cheap, you have got,
Yeah, you just basically get it.
Again,
I'm pretty sure he said that about a few kits so far.
I think he mentioned that a few times about a few different things from time to
I would
time. Yeah.
be very, very surprised if I ever actually see him build a kit out of the box as the kit it was intended to be.
Yep. That's the Impulsor.
That's kind of cool.
There we go. This is Steve. Back to the Steve we know and love. Just gluing bits of plastic together, 2 planes on the side of an egg, and all of a sudden it's a thing.
Yeah, but it's. I mean, a few pictures later, and it's just it's something else entirely. It's great. It's so cool.
Yeah, I've got no idea, but
well, the 2 hulls are actually ME-109 aircraft.
Very nice. I haven't got a clue about it. I'm lucky I recognise them as planes.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be able to put numbers to them or anything.
They're the recent sort of Airfix Aldi Lidl ones, perhaps.
Probably.
Steve says that's a box of Greeblies and a spaceship, and I do the proper build kit sometimes.
But the egg thing in the middle, I'm not sure. It looks a little bit Zoidish almost.
Back to Rossi's obviously done more. He's put some tufts on them. Look, they got tufts.
Yep. They're actually quite a fun build, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they're all good.
I thought they were 40k. They look a bit kind of 40k.
No, these are the Age of Sigmar ones.
They're the Sigmar thing.
Yeah,
Age
but
of
I
Sigmar.
like the sort of Sigmar Spectre-y ghouly things that you're doing.
Yeah, they're very nice. I do like them. I don't like that
funky.
effect. I've got a box of them, like the Night Haunt things.
Yeah,
So,
the floaty
I've got a load of them.
things. I think they look kind of cool. Yeah, this is. I mean, a few
These floaty little things,
There's
basically.
more that is stuck onto this, and it looks it's completely different. It looks like something out of Star Wars. You know, it's
This
incredible.
is, as Steve says, the Jedi Starfighter cockpit and 2 Audi Messerschmitts.
Uh-huh. There you go, Jedi
He obviously had some
Starfighter.
wings left over as well, so he's put them on there.
That's very good.
Carl, scratch building still. He's doing his spaceship from Household Junk. There we go, Steve back again.
Is that one of the original Star Wars figures inside that?
Yeah,
Or
it
is
was
it-
a Jedi Starfighter body, the cockpit bit, so probably.
Hmm.
This is the bird of prey, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, he's now finished that. It's fully weathered it. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, he's done a
Yes,
good job on that.
correct. Very nice.
See make note of the advertising. Look, you got...
Yeah, I've got to send you an email yet for get some stickies myself.
You can indeed, no problem at all. You know where to get me. Phil's been playing with more Jedi stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Nicely weathered and dirtied up. I didn't realise they were different sizes. I don't know. Is it the same kit painted in different ways, or is it different
It's probably just
manufacturers?
closer
Or
than the other one.
I don't know.
They do look different sizes, though, don't they?
They do look different sizes, but they might be, one might be a toy and one might be a kit, or different kits from different
Right.
manufacturers, or they look like the same base
Mm.
build,
Same craft.
but
yeah.
obviously painted differently. Interesting. Steve obviously had some more wings, so he's glued them on as well. It's different. I
This is the
don't.
thing, Does anybody in the chat here play the Star Wars tabletop thingamabob? Because I keep seeing the odd sort of post with the Star Wars tabletop size
The Legion.
kits and things.
Legion ones. Yeah, there's David Powell. He's doing the figures at the moment.
Mm. But it looks. I'd not actually seen them until I saw a post of somebody. Well, I didn't even know there was a Star Wars tabletop game. until I
There's a
saw
couple of
post
them. There's
somebody.
the X-wing one is like the vehicle, sort of flying space combat thing, which is called X-wing, and then Legion is a bit more all-encompassing, but a lot of ground troops and stuff like that as well.
I think it might be the Legion ones I've seen pictures of.
Yeah,
because
people have
they
been
tend
doing
to
the
be-
Legion one. Oh look, there's a
Screw
coffee
Blue
clock.
who's doing them.
Excellent clock. Who posted that?
I've seen one of them before.
Somebody with good taste in hot beverages, clearly.
That was me. That was the part work Wednesday. Yeah, five part works in one day. 10 part works in one day. It might be some sort of record.
Mhm. So
Ross
how
has been
come
painting
we
wheels.
got five of the X-wing ones all together then?
Yeah, that's how they're doing it now. Apparently, 5 every 5 weeks.
Right. So I thought it was a
Spur and
month.
Blue says Legion, but I've not been playing. And also, I have X-wing too. So Ross has been doing bits.
They're all for the B-29, the internal parts.
Oh, right, yeah, cool.
That's the gunner's position and the sleeping quarters.
And the sleeping position.
It's got bunk beds.
Yep. And that's
Yes.
Leon, all that what I've done, what
See,
you've seen
that
there is
just
all been
shows
brush
how
painted.
lazy the Americans were compared to the British. British didn't have fancy things like bunk beds in the Lancasters, did they?
No,
They
they had
didn't
hammer.
sleep on the bombing missions.
Edward finished the fingernails. I remember. He put this up the other couple of weeks back, and then only in looking at the pictures did you notice that he'd forgotten to paint the fingernails. Which always happens.
like
Whatever
that.
you do, however much you finish the kit, as soon as you take a picture of it, you'll find a patch that you've missed, or something you've not done, or seam line you didn't get rid of, or yeah, there'll be something.
I take it that's one of the Sigmar things, is it?
No, that's Warhammer.
That's 40k.
Yeah, that's Warhammer. I think
Okay.
that's Nurgle. Something about
Yeah,
Nurgles.
no.
I don't know. I've heard the words, but
See, that looks a bit more fantasy, sort of Sigmar-ish to me, but
it
they just
does.
showed
But it
how
isn't.
much
I
know
think
about
no.
them.
Edward's got some paints, but he got the wrong yellow. But yeah. That's mine. That was the fighter bombers that I've been building on Sunday. Just thought I'd get a picture of them because you can see a picture better than you can on the video. I've been doing the
We've got one orange one.
little detail bits on it. I've got to do more coloured extra bits, and then I've got to do the whole beating them up and making them look like they're being flown by orcs, because apparently they're being flown by orcs, and that makes them have to be beaten up and worn out.
Okay.
Edward says it's Sigmar, so it is Sigmar.
Oh, it is Sigmar. Oh, there you go.
This is Pascal with his Hobby Zone modules. I remember seeing a picture like this before because we wondered why he's got a tiny microwave, but it's not.
That
Yes.
does look, just look like one as well.
These are the 3 drawers that I've got. He's got a 2 drawer, which is quite nice. They're deeper, obviously. They're worker. That's the sprue holder. I keep thinking about that, but I haven't got any more tops to put stuff on the top.
Mm. They are very, very good, aren't they? I mean, I've not got any of them, but the whole modular sort of.
This is the corner bit to obviously bring it round at an internal corner. Yeah. Thank you, Pascal. I'm sure that will help. What's this? Oh, this is IKEA. I don't know, Scadis. It's not Scadis. It's Scardis or something. Also awesome to store some stuff. Yeah, that'd be quite useful, like a sort of pegboard type thing with lots of shelves and pockets.
So it's obviously modular trays. You can just sort of pick and choose your trays and buckets and things.
And that's the end. Phil Lewis says orange, blackcurrant, strawberry, and lemon. He's talking about my.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. No, it's not orange
Which one's
and lemon. You definitely got the orange and
Blackcurrant and strawberry, yeah, but the
Blueberries are the last one, I think.
yeah. It's I don't know. It's a sort of bluey grey. I don't know.
Colourblind lemon.
Steve says it looks like. Steve says I reckon you need some stripes on the wings of them just for contrast. Yeah, there's going to be checkerboards on the front, and then obviously I've got some decals, and there's going to be some painting. There might be some flamey effects if I feel up to trying to freehand flame.
How's the digital camo going? Speaking
Blueberry.
of which,
Yeah, blueberry. I shall stop sharing the screen now because we're caught up to date. That's that. Yes, so that was the gross group. I'll put the thing up in there again, just in case anybody's watching late and not really here. You can join the gross group by joining it. Just go along on Facebook and join. And then you can put pictures up, and every week I'll come back and show the ones that have been put up in the preceding week. If I remember where to start, I might show it again if it was the last one, because it might be the first one again the week after. But we know it's Pascal's bench that we finished on. Although we know that now, I won't necessarily know that in a week's time, because, you know.
Things have moved on.
Let's have a look. Don't know why I thought there was a yellow one, says Phil.
did I mention the Mandalorian print?
What about Mandalorian? What? Sorry, I haven't watched it yet.
I don't remember. No, I don't remember if I'd actually of things that I'd sort of done, and I've got this which I started. And
all right, hang about. I shall make you full screen.
Which is
he's got no arms. He's armless.
He's armless. Yes, it's a Mandalorian print. It was.
He's also legless.
He is. Yes, he's well. You know, it's like the Black Knight of Monty Python. He's been in a fight and he's fared very well. So. But yes, I've got this which has been primed in preparation for having a bit of paint slapped on. So this printed on the Ender FDM. So
nice.
I thought it was quite cool. It's a nice. It's on my mini factory. It's and it's one that'll print without supports as well. So I quite like it. Thank you.
Yeah, so, they've just brought forward the release date of Disney Plus in the UK by a week. So it's now sort of the 24th of March or something. So, yeah, only another couple of months until that's available for us. So
I'm sure you'll enjoy it. It's very, very good.
right, that's that. That's that. I've done that. Anything else? Anyone else? You know, what else can we talk about for another half hour? Anybody? Anybody here? Anybody there? Anybody in chat? Anybody else want to come along and join us and show us anything? Or, you know, we can finish. Sprue and Glue says, slap it on. I'm not sure why he says that, but because he said it, I have to press the button.
Slap it on.
Because I've got no choice. Also, I haven't seen in the chat this week. I haven't seen him around. I hope he's okay. That was that. Yeah. So I've talked about the upcoming schedule for Parkbook releases. I have done a little bit more on the Baneblade. I've not painted it yet. I know that's the next thing, but it's not really the next thing. I've had to take it back apart and get rid of some seam lines and tidy it up a little bit. So in the next couple of days, probably over the weekend, I'm hoping to have finished sorting that bit out, reprime it, and I'm going to call that a day on that video. So then the painting video is actually going to be split over two. There's sort of priming and prep, which is happening now, and then the actual scary painting bit to come along. Swigging Pig has joined us again, hopefully with audio as well. We'll find out. I've clicked the button and we'll listen carefully.
Hopefully I've got audio this time.
No, we can't hear it now. We can hear you now. Yeah.
Man.
It's working now. Welcome. Hello.
Hello.
We've all finished talking now, so I'll just leave you to carry on. Off you
No.
go. We did notice, or I did notice certainly, the scenery behind you is quite impressive.
Well, a man's got to have a hobby.
I just can't. Yeah, I mean, I'm not teetotal by any means. I drink, but not a lot. But I don't know anything about drinking. But it looks like half of them are empty, or half empty. So
That is a very impressive wall, I have to say.
it is an impressive wall. Yeah.
Yes, well, I like to have a selection. So if you there you go. So that's mainly single malts, and come down to the rums, bourbons, gins, so just right behind my head, and then sort of the there we go. That's sort of like the comparison martinis and things for when I'm doing cocktails and what have you. Or sharing. I like to have a bit of a selection.
Okay, well that explains half of the name, but where's the pig?
The name is actually, I have a bar which sure they do it there.
Oh yeah, just about.
So I have a bar in the dining room as well, and it was my youngest daughter called it the Swigging Pig, and then that name stuck. So that's how it came about.
Right. Let's just have a look back through the chat. Sprue and Glue says, I'm going to change my name, I think. Yeah, well, that doesn't mean you can't be Skullfish, because there's only one of them. Phil says, Fox may still be looking after his mum. Yeah, I haven't heard anything at all, really, actually, but I'm sure she's all okay. The other hobby is in the name. And Steve says, my cat has managed to knock my faux hammer tank and a few bits of Dakar have fallen off. Need better glue than Tamiya thin for mismatched plastics. Yeah, that's the problem. Tamiya thin and extra thin and all the Tamiyas. Actually, the Tamiya thick will work for most plastics. It doesn't work in the same way. The extra thin actually dissolves polystyrene and bonds really well, but only with polystyrene. It doesn't work with anything that's not got that sort of level of plastic in it. So yeah, if you're mismatching things, then normal super glue or something might be your friend.
Might be a better compromise, perhaps.
Or get rid of the cat.
No.
Sprue Glue's here. Good evening, ladies. Good evening. And Phil Lewis says Plastic Magic is very good. I've not tried that one, but I have heard good things. Edward said Plastic Magic, so there you
That's
go. We've heard
one.
good
I
things
know
twice.
Fox has got a bottle of that.
I don't remember. I've seen and heard people use it, but I don't know who, because that would mean remembering stuff, and I don't do that, remembering stuff. Yeah, I think it all
believe
depends
it's
on the
supposed
type
to
of
work.
plastic, but
It's supposed to work like Tamiya Extra Thin, but for plastics that are not styrene. So whether I suppose I guess the big problem if you glue in plastics that are not alike is how each of them melt as well. Because if some
yeah,
would melt,
it's something to do with the particular styrene that most kits are made out of that works fine with that. But what was it? No people that use resin kits. Obviously, it doesn't work on at all. But super glue does. I tend to use the Gorilla Glue. That one, Gorilla Super Glue.
is that the super glue or the expanding
The super glue,
folding
yeah.
super glue?
That tends to stick anything to anything quite well.
Mm.
So Steve says he thinks the old G.I. Joe tank is made from non-gluable plastics. There's no such thing as non-gluable, but it's non-gluable in that it doesn't work with certain plastics. So non-gluable with extra thin, but other things will work. Got Plastic Magic for the Falcon, as I couldn't get a Tamiya ABS. Yeah, I think that's not available in the UK, Tamiya ABS. But
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah.
I didn't know they did an ABS. Well,
importing glues and solvents can be problematical. So Phil says, don't worry, Chris, I can't remember all the colours of the bombers that I saw not 5 seconds earlier. I can't remember the colours of them either. There's a red one, an orange one, and a purple one, and one that's sort of called the Fang. It's sort of a bluey grey. Yeah. Right. Anything going on from anybody? Any observations, notes, questions?
no, I'm just making a mental list of all the bottles that I would like to sample on Swigging Pig's wall.
Distracted by the background, yeah. Edward's cat knocked Troggoth off the table as I was setting up the photo booth. I don't know what a Troggoth is. Is that something we've seen pictures of? I don't remember.
It sounds Warhammer, doesn't it?
I'm thinking Tigger, but I know it's nothing to do with Tigger, but that just made me think Tigger. But is Swigging Big in the pub? Yeah. If there's nothing much happening, then we'll call it a night. It's lovely that you come and join me, but if we've got nothing to talk about, then we're just going to sit here quietly, and that's no fun for anybody watching, or indeed any of us taking part in it.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, I mean, the only thing I'm working on at the moment is the B29, the actual pressurized areas. I seem to be the only one actually working on anything at the moment.
Yeah, there's not much going on, but it's that sort of dodgy time of the year when everything's sort of Christmas is over and you haven't really got into the swing of things yet, and everything's a bit meh. Apparently, Monday was the saddest day of the year or something, wasn't it? It was the
Yeah, I did read something about that. To be honest, this time of year is just bloody miserable. Anyway, it's dark when you get up in the morning. It's dark when you get home from work. It's just dark.
Well, the thing is that now we know it's gone, then we can just look forward to the rest of the year, and it will be happier than it was on Monday.
At least it's getting brighter now, but it really is.
It's getting brighter later in the evenings as well. So yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's a bit rubbish when it's dark. When it's pitch black by 4:30 and just thinking, oh.
Jamie Bones just had an injury, can recall a medic. He's just stabbed himself in the thumb with his hobby knife. Is that because we're that bad, we're that boring, and anything to escape the misery? And just, I'm assuming it wasn't deliberate.
Did you film it? Did you film it, and can you upload the video? That's what we all really need to know.
Is it your favourite finger? Yeah, so... yeah.
Yeah, my little laddie got this now.
Oh, hang about. Let me make you big screen. Space Wolves Pack Leader.
It's a Funko Pop.
Oh, it's very He's Warhammer and he's got guns.
Space Wolves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
There's 4 of them you can collect. I've actually
I think
now
Funko
wants the
Pops
other
are breaching
3.
out into everything they can possibly get now.
yeah.
So I've heard of Space Wolves because Fox has mentioned them, but I don't really know anything about them.
No.
Space Wolves they're part of the Imperial Army,
Hmm.
and
Is it just the name then? They're not actually
they
like
have
werewolves
different
or
armor
anything.
and different ships and that sort of thing, but they're all part of the Space Marines Army, basically, and they're part of the Imperial Army.
Right.
That sort of goes around the good boys.
Yeah.
But it's like where Space Marines are your poster boys and that sort of thing. The Space Wolves are like an offshoot.
Yes. Yeah. I
Scrooge's
see.
got not a bad idea. It says all go at Swiggy Pig's Pug. Chris is buying the first round. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like a plan. Have you got pork scratchings and crisps though? Because they're essential. If we're going.
Steve says get some super glue on that cut. I think is that's one of them true myths, isn't it? Originally, super
Yeah.
glue was designed for like field dressings and gluing stuff
It was
together.
used during the First World War.
Yeah, but it's never a good idea to do it yourself
It was.
in the home because there might always be something
was-
that's going to cause an infection or something. So always get it seen to by a medical professional.
Yeah. Well, the stuff that they actually designed for wounds was slightly different. So it kind of was and it wasn't. So it was the same thing, but super glue came from that. So what
Yeah.
they say is,
Yeah, if it's
because,
tiny, then you probably get away with it, or you probably don't even need it at all. But if it's
yeah,
any
because it's a
decent
medical
sized wound, then
thing,
get it
and
seen to.
It was designed for medicinal use.
This stream accepts no
it's probably not a
responsibility
good
for any
idea.
loss or injury or damage created by gluing your fingers together to anything else. So
But it's probably not advisable to use like a half-used tube of super glue on an open wound.
That's one of the other
considering
little
all the
float
nasties
things
that
you
might
like,
be.
Chris.
oh yeah, that's
However,
one of
if we're in
the
Swigging Pig's room, you could use one of the
glowy floaty
bottles on the
dudes.
back there to disinfect it.
that would probably work.
Just testing out different colours on it at the moment.
Yeah,
just to see
I
how
like
I can-
the blending, the ghosty
Yeah.
effect thing.
I just think they look really cool. The sort of flappy, tattered robes and whatnot. They're a bit like Dementors from the Harry Potter thing.
Yeah,
What impresses me most about them is the way they use the little bits of chain or cloth or whatever to make them fly.
Yeah.
yeah, they actually look quite good that way. Yeah,
So it's not like
I don't
just
think
being stuck on a stick.
I'm not going to actually stick to the actual like whitey blue colour that they show on the pictures. I'm going to
Yeah,
try, as I said, I'm just going to try and blend some colours together, the technical ones, and see what I can.
absolutely, yeah. Steve says I use it all the time. I'm fine.
Yes.
When you say fine, it. Disinfect it from the inside. Yeah, so drink all the alcohol, and that will make its way through to the blood pores and stuff. And yeah, I'm sure that'll work.
Mm.
Sergeant Bone says our med kits had super glue, cable ties, and tampons for all sorts of combat injuries. They're probably full of condoms as well, because they always use the big carrying capacities and stuff like that.
Yeah. But what about gaffer tape? You've got to have gaffer tape if you've got cable ties.
Good.
Yep.
Gaffer tape and WD-40, that should be part of the medical kit as well. I don't know what you'd use WD-40 for, but gaffer tape and WD-40 both kind of go together, don't they?
Nobody knows.
That sounds a bit more like some sort of other kit, not just the actual medical kit.
Yeah, that's the Friday night kit. You don't want that one.
Friday night special kit. Somebody's been watching Reservoir
dear.
Dogs too much, I think.
Gaffer tape only works on gaffers, says Phil. And Sergeant Russ says we had 100 mile an hour tape anyway. What's that? Is that like duct tape? Is it, what's 100 mile an hour tape?
It must be something like gaffer tape. Presumably something that will stay on. Maybe the stuff they used on jets. Didn't they?
What happens if you
use
go
something
101
called
mile an hour?
high-speed
Does it just
tape
fly
on
off?
jets?
We'll
Probably,
wait
yeah.
and find out what he says about it.
Right,
I'm sure it'll be
one-
interesting.
They must have had a speed limiter on their aircraft, so when they reach 100 mile an hour, they weren't allowed to go any faster because all the
Yep.
tape had come off.
The wings would fall off. Right,
I mean,
so
that's the
continuing
engine
on with the
really.
week, where are we? Thursday tonight. So I've got a couple of days off. I'm still be at work, but a couple of nights off, not doing streaming and stuff. Then Sunday's back to the Warhamster. Back to the planes, say putting more detail stuff on them and things like that. The base coats are down, but they still need attention. Spiddy got it. He says, so yes, it must be.
There you go. That was a good guess. Yeah, I've heard of high-speed tape that they use on planes and stuff. But yeah. Does it actually come with a printed warning on the tape, Sarge? Does it say?
It's probably
"Do
written on
not
the side of the
exceed
tape all the way
100
through the tape, like warning tape and stuff. It's probably written all the way.
Like
It says not
police
aircraft.
caution, do not cross. It just says don't exceed. Oh, tanks.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Tanks
Well,
and choppers
tanks
and
are all
APC.
right. You're not going to go past a mile an hour.
Tanks don't go 100 mile an hour, do they? I'm sure tanks must top out lower than that. But
Not unless they're falling off a cliff, maybe. And then if
yeah,
you're
I
falling
don't
off
know.
a cliff, you've got bigger
It'd have to be quite a
problems.
big cliff even to get that speed. So yes, Sunday will be Warhamster. Monday is E-Models night as ever. So that's that. And then next week, next Thursday, is indeed the 30th. So that's the end of the month. So it will once again be open to everybody. So anyone can come along and join in as they could tonight. Obviously, because I put the link in and people have. So you're more than welcome to come back and join us next week. I'll be putting the link out once we've gone live. So keep an eye out for that there. Sergeant Bone says it's about 60 mile an hour. Stewpot's got to go.
That's
Good night.
surprisingly
We're going to be
fast.
going shortly anyway. So yeah, thank you for popping in. Thank you for watching.
That's stupid.
Yeah,
That's
so
actually
that's
surprisingly
about it,
fast
really.
for a big heavy tank, isn't it?
Sorry, Spid. I
I
missed
said
that.
that's surprisingly fast for a large heavy tank.
For tanks, yeah. I think they obviously that's best condition rather than over people and cars and stuff.
I mean, I know. I suppose World War II tanks. Some of them could do like 30 mile an hour, but it just kind of makes sense. But still, for the size and the heft of them, it's quite impressive.
Yeah.
Spruglu points out that I'm the only one with hair. I didn't want to comment, but,
Excuse me, I resemble that remark.
it was open to everyone. It's not just open to people who are follicularly challenged. It was the link was there for anybody to click on.
I just replaced mine here.
Yeah, that's right. This is getting a bit long actually. I'm gonna have to shave this for next time. But Don's joined us just as we're leaving. Evening. Yeah, we're just about to wrap up actually, Don. But you can always rewind and watch from the beginning if you like. But that's not good timing. We've been going for an hour, so it's. So thank you all for joining me. I shall remove you one at a time. And kick you back to the back screen while I finish wrapping up. But Swigging Pig, thank you for coming in. Sorry we couldn't hear you to begin with, but we got there in the end. Was there a problem, or did you just reboot everything?
I just rebooted everything.
That's normally the answer for most things, isn't it? Yeah. So thank you very much. I shall see you
If you
shortly
join
anyway.
next week, just say if you join next week, can you have like an itemised list of all your shelf?
Yes, no, we can't. Spid, you're next up on my list to be kicked off. So thank you for coming in. See you
Thank you
another
very
time.
much. See you later.
And Gopher, indeed. Thank you for coming in again. I'll catch you
You're
again
welcome.
another time.
Maybe next week. You never know.
You never know, indeed. Yeah, you're more than welcome. Thank you. And me, I shall remove myself as well. Thank you all for coming in. Don says, bugger. Yeah, you'll know for next time. Night all says, everybody, indeed, including myself. Thank you all for coming in. I shall see you all next time. So Sunday I'll be back. You won't see me, you just see the hands doing some Warhamstery stuff. And later in the week, everything else as per normal. So thank you all for joining me. If I can find the button, I'll click the ending music and sign out. So thank you all, and see you soon. Have fun building. Bye.